This is Brian, screenfiles.com in review. What I'm looking at today is 2025's Joker's Wild, directed by Aaron W. Bennett. Growing up, I really enjoyed the Batman television series with Adam West as the lead and Burt Ward as Robin. And while it was so deliberately campy, these days, if you were to create a television show virtually the polar opposite of the comics, it would be received with an uproar, and people would probably be very unhappy about that. But, as I said, I really enjoyed Batman. Cesar Romero's portrayal of Joker was not a high spot for me. I actually preferred Frank Gorshin's Riddler more. But it was a fun show. Though people's feelings about the Batman began to change, and I think it was primarily due to Tim Burton's version of Batman, who took the character very seriously. If you've seen the second movie he directed, perhaps too seriously. In any case, people really begin to be drawn to the character in live action once again. Though after Batman Returned, Tim Burton didn't return to directing Batman movies, and the franchise was taken over by Joel Schumacher, who somewhat abruptly began to return to its more campier origins. And it has its audience. Those movies made money. Though the thing of it is, they made a joke of Batman, never mind turning him overtly homoerotic. The thing about characters like Batman, Superman, Spider-Man is that they are very much enmeshed in the public consciousness, and no matter what studios do or don't do with them, they're never really going to go away. The same thing can be said for iconic villains, for instance, the Joker. Once again, going back to Tim Burton's Batman, Jack Nicholson's portrayal is really the one, by my reckoning, that really elevated the character. Though there have been other actors, from Cesar Romero to Joaquin Phoenix, and all the actors in between. Everyone has created their own interpretation of Batman's most famous nemesis. And now David Howard Thornton has done the same. If you're not aware of who he is, he's the actor who played Art the Clown in the Terrifier movies. And his take on the Joker is an interesting one. If you're not aware, Aaron W. Bennett has created a fan film called Joker's Wild, in which the Joker captures Robin and tortures him. And for a fan film, the Joker's Wild is very well done. It looks great, and while it takes place in a lot of darkness, it is well lit enough that you can understand the action. It is, dare I say, gory, though from a narrative standpoint, it doesn't quite work so well, if only because it's only 12 minutes long. It's such a small moment in time, and so it lacks any real context beyond the fact that it's the Joker and Robin. So while one would expect the Joker to want to capture and do whatever to Robin, that in isolation doesn't really work very well. As I said, it's well done, it's well acted, though by my reckoning, David Howard Thornton's makeup is a little too exaggerated. If it had been toned down a little, I think it would have been more effective. It looks too much like a mask. It's not. I believe they're just applications, foam applications to his face. But it looks very much like a mask, and it makes it distracting. And Batman comes at the very end to no avail, because I'm not going to give anything away, but it doesn't go very well for Robin. It's a very ambitious effort for a fan film, though I wish that the Batman had entered earlier, because it's entirely composed of the Joker monologue, and that's okay in and of itself, though it's not enough to maintain interest. So what do you think? This is Brian with screenfiles.com and review. If you agree, disagree, let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like, follow, or buy me a coffee. Oh, and I should mention that Joker's Wild is currently on YouTube, and I have links below.